And my first year at Liverpool Street, I mean, you can imagine it's constant. It's, all the commuters and it's really busy. And this guy came up to the stall and thanked me, for volunteering. I said, no, not at all. It's great and I enjoy it. And he was looking at all the items and donated and took some things. And he thanked me again. And I said, no, really, it's tiring, but what a fantastic day. And as he turned to walk away, I looked and he was a double amputee. And it really struck me. And I thought, there's him thanking me for giving up just one day of my time, which is nothing. And look what he's probably gone through and what he's lost. And that just really struck me that that's the kind of people that, you're helping and supporting. So you just meet the best people. You really do doing this.
This episode is supported by the Bishop Stortford community newsletter. There's so much happening in town, it's hard to keep up. New businesses opening, community events, local stories, and opportunities for all of us to get involved and make Bishop Stortford a great place to live. That's why we created a free weekly newsletter that brings together the best at Bishop Stortford in one place. There's no endless scrolling of hunting through Facebook groups, just the stories, events, and local updates that matter. If you'd like to stay connected to what's happening in Bishop Stortford, sign up using the link in the show notes. Okay, back to the episode. Welcome to the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast, the show where we shine a light on the incredible businesses, community leaders, and local legends shaping our town. I'm your host, James O'Donnell, and today we are joined by Heidi. Heidi, welcome back to the podcast.
Hi, James. Thanks for having me back again.
Not a problem at all, Heidi. Heidi, for those of us who don't know you yet, what do you do and what are you back on to talk to us about on the podcast today?
So thanks for having me back. The first time round, I was talking about the menopause cafes that I set up in the town, which we hold at Cafe Time with Bell's Place. So today I've come back to talk about volunteering with the Royal British Legion and specifically helping to run the poppy appeal. So and that we always need new volunteers. So I'm talking about that today.
But Heidi, it's the summer holidays. Why are we talking about the poppy appeal now? Is that not just in November? I'm playing devil's advocate, Heidi.
I know you are. No, and that's totally what I used to think as well. So I got involved, I think, about 9 years ago. And I was very much someone who thought you just went out to your shopping centre and every November there was the poppy stalls and the poppy collectors and a couple of weeks and that was it. And gradually got involved as the years went by and did more and more. And it's just, to be honest, I mean, all the planning's already started. Lots of stuff goes on behind the scenes with the poppy appeal. I mean, obviously the branch do stuff all year round anyway, but we'll be starting to draw up supermarket rotas soon, cover at the moment 5 supermarkets, probably 6 with Lidl opening. So there's lots to do. It's a sort of juggernaut really, to be honest, the poppy appeal. It's huge.
And so when do you start getting out to, actually at the supermarkets to do the collections?
So we have
what train? Did people have training before going in to do that?
No, there's no training. It's we have our launch on this year will be, I believe it's a Saturday the 24th of October. So we have our big launch in Jackson Square. So that's where veterans, dignitaries, public all come together, emergency services all get invited, and we have our big launch. And from that day onwards, we have just over 2 weeks of collecting at all of the supermarkets, and we try and cover every day at every supermarket. So it's a lot of hours to fill. We do it in 2-hour slots, and people can do as many or as little as they can do. We're very grateful for each one. We just think of each 2-hour slot. Obviously, it's more money collected each time, so it's well worth doing.
I don't know why I had it in my head that one person would just go and stand at a supermarket for like the whole day, but obviously that's
some do.
Lot to ask of some.
Really,
yes. Do they?
Well, we have got collectors that do many hours. So there's a poppy appeal organiser, Paul Vile, and I'm his deputy. So we both do lots of hours. But we're grateful for people who can just do a 2-hour slot. Some do 4, 6, 8. It just depends. Some will do a block of 4. It really honestly just depends on people's circumstances, their work patterns. So it's just trying to fill. But as you can appreciate, each year, we lose some poppy volunteers. Maybe they're elderly or unwell. So we always need new people coming through, to be honest, just to keep the momentum up and to keep the collectors out. I think it's really important to be visible. We need to make sure that if people wish to wear a poppy, then there is always chance for them to buy one, to donate, and to be a visible presence out and about.
Yeah. Yeah. So where can, if someone's out there and they want to volunteer, they want to support the work that you're doing, where's the best place for them to go and do that?
So if they can contact our branch via our Facebook page, we've got a telephone number and email address on there, and then we'll be in touch as say we start to draw the rotas up. That will start from later this month. We'll be calling the collectors that have already done it before, and then the new ones that come forward as well. So we'll obviously go through how things work with them, but essentially there's a contactless machine, there's a cash collection pot, and the stock that you have, the poppy pins and the paper poppies and things. So it's, there's a briefing, but it's anyone can do it. It's absolutely, it's no problem.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. And this might seem like a simple question, but the money that is raised through the Poppy Appeal, where does that go to?
So that goes obviously to the Royal British Legion, but to help veterans, to help families of maybe people that they've lost, people that have had life-changing injuries. So it can help with housing, white goods, getting people back on their feet, sometimes literally. It's just supporting that community that just have often had a really hard time and need the support and help. So the Legion have been, they help so many people each year. It's a lovely cause to be involved with, to be honest. You meet some fantastic people as well.
And you're working all year round as well, not just during the poppy collection
Yeah,
time.
I mean, the branch, we're an active branch where there's events going on. We're doing more and more, actually. We're at Birchhanger Fete next month. We've got a stall down there. But we just had a coffee morning last weekend to raise funds. So, there's lots of things going on, and to get involved with if people wish to volunteer and, get more involved or can't do the Poppy Appeal. We always need, even putting things in our gazebo up for events or taking it down. There's always something to be involved with if people wish to. So yeah, it's a nice, friendly local branch. Yeah, definitely need volunteers.
And which supermarkets are you going to be covering?
So we do Tesco's, we do Aldi, Sainsbury's, Thorley and Jackson Square, and Waitrose. And obviously this year we're hoping to be able to cover Lidl's as well. But as I say, so that'll be 6. So, for 7 days a week, sort of covering all day, that's quite a lot of shifts to cover. But we do our best. And it just depends on which supermarket. Some you can have a sort of little table and chair inside. Some choose to stand out in the lobby. When I do Tesco's, I like to be in that kind of lobby bit outside. So it just depends where you're comfortable and want to be. But we always try and obviously make sure there's things like a chair there for people who want to sit down and for their comfort. So yeah.
Well, let's get lots of volunteers over to reach out, speak to Heidi and the team. The Royal British Legion. Let's give them a little bit of a headache that there's too many volunteers. I think that would be a great problem.
It is lovely I can't stress enough, some of the people I've met over the years, I may only see them once a year during the Poppy Appeal as they're doing their shopping. And it's just, you start to recognise people and chat to people, but you just meet the nicest. I always say it's a cause I feel, really strongly about. And I think they do great things. But I'll be honest and say selfishly, I do it sometimes because it makes me realise there's more good in this world. There's more good people. You just meet the best of people, so you leave. I mean, the 2.5 weeks are crazy. I think we're all dead on our feet at the end of it, but you've had the best time doing it as well. So, yeah. Paul and I actually have started as well. We were involved in London Poppy Day. So this will be my 3rd one. I did Liverpool Street and then King's Cross, and this time I'm going to a smaller tube station. So that's the last Thursday of October. And they cover all of the London tubes and mainline stations. It's the biggest charity day in Europe. So it's absolutely huge. 12 hours of just go. And my first year at Liverpool Street, you can imagine it's constant. There's, all the commuters and it's really busy. And this guy came up to the stall and thanked me, for volunteering. I said, no, not at all. It's great and I enjoy it. And he was looking at all the items and donated and took some things. And he thanked me again. And I said, no, really, it's tiring, but what a fantastic day. And as he turned to walk away, I looked and he was a double amputee. And it really struck me. And I thought, there's him thanking me for giving up just one day of my time, which is nothing. And look what he's probably gone through and what he's lost. And it just really struck me that that's the kind of people that, you're helping and supporting. So you just meet meet the best people. You really do doing this.
Yeah, it really hits home, doesn't it? Now, Heidi, this is your second time on the podcast, so I've got some new questions for you for the Stortford Spotlight section. Are you okay for that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. First question. What local business are you rooting for?
I would say, who would I say? Do you know, business-wise, I would still say Bell's Place as a business, because they're just fantastic. They're so supportive of everyone. I know I've said to you before, they're just a community hub. They hold so many great things there. I half live there, to be honest. I mean, I'm an honorary member of, I think my pillow and duvet are down there. So they're great. So as a business, they're great people. Again, pulling people together. They're doing great things. So for me, Bell's, actually.
Yeah. Question number 2. What community project, club or cause, apart from the Royal British Legion, should more people know about?
This is a tough one, because I could easily say Bell's again, because they do so many workshops and extras, and I'm not being their spokeswoman, honestly. What else would I say? Dave's going to owe me a really nice present for all this, isn't he? Who else would I say? I'm so community-wise. I actually think I'd give a shout out to the indie paper as well, to be honest. I think they champion great causes, very supportive again of what we do at the Legion. Yeah, Sinead and Paul. So I'd probably say them, actually, in this way. I think, again, it's important. We support them, but they bring the community together, and that's what I think is so important about Stortford. So, yeah, I'd probably say the indie this time.
Yeah. The indie, I think, is such a unique thing for Bishop Stortford, because I think it's other people have mentioned it to me before. There's loads of other local papers out there, but the independent, the indie, the Bishop Stortford one, is a really good paper. Like, it's really, people that run it really care about the community. They're really invested in it. It's not just done for the sake of advertising. It's a real, there's a heart in there about what they're trying to do and how they're trying to project what's going on in the community and support.
Well, they know
the
local people. This is the thing. There's always the link. They know not just a name. They know who's who and what people are interested in. And so, I'm a big supporter of them.
Who is a local legend that you think we should interview on the podcast?
I think a local legend you may well have interviewed her, though, I would say is Sue Tillett from All About You makeup artist. She's such good fun, such a champion of women, just makes you feel fantastic, confident, and just ready for those big occasions. So yeah, I think Sue is brilliant. I love her to pieces.
Yeah, so big fan of Sue. She has been on the podcast, but look, you've been on twice, Heidi. Let's get Sue back on.
Absolutely. You can never have enough Sue in your life.
No, totally. And she's a big supporter of the community, and she's always out there championing work that other people are doing. And I think she's a big character that we should definitely be, all glad that we definitely want her on our side, don't we? We wouldn't want to be on the other side.
Absolutely. Yes. Agreed.
It's fantastic. Heidi, thank you so much for everything that you're doing in the community yourself as well. Where is the best place, again, for people to get in contact with you about volunteering for the Royal British Legion?
I would say, if they can, then to follow our page, our Facebook page, and message me via that. There is also a phone number on there, but I will give you the email address of our Poppy Appeal collection address as well, that people can contact, and then say we can get back in touch with them and start to talk about, what shifts and things they're able to cover. So, and just to say, James, as well, we always need, if people are interested, we always need knitted and crocheted poppies as well, because they are a huge seller every year. So if people can't come and, do any shifts, if they're a knitter or can crochet some poppies, then we're always extremely grateful for those as well.
That's a great shout out. Have you got some patterns that people can follow, or
mainly on the website, the British Legion website? Again, I can grab those and share, but it amazes me, you kind of think people buy them and then they kind of have them. They might donate year on year, but they have them, but they keep buying them year on year. There's something different. Of course, each person makes them slightly differently, or different yarn, or a bit glittery, or this and that. And they're so popular. I can't tell you, they fly out. So yeah, anyone that can make those, we'd love to have them. Yeah. I think Paul, our chairman, Paul, our Poppy Appeal organiser, is going to come and talk to you about sort of what we do for Remembrance for that whole period and the events we run. So hopefully he'll get to speak to you in maybe October, November time.
Brilliant. Yeah, let's definitely set that up, Heidi. Thanks again. Thanks again for joining us today on the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast. If you've enjoyed this episode, the best way you can support the show, the podcast, is to hit follow, leave a quick review on YouTube, Apple, or Spotify, and share it on your socials, or maybe share it with someone in town who you think should hear this episode, who's not on social media. Show them this episode. And if you've got a local legend, someone that's investing in Bishop Stortford community, that's running a club, a charity, starting a new business, that's been running a business for years, that you think we should feature on the podcast, drop their name in the comments below. I'll reach out to them and invite them on for a little chat. Again, thank you so much for joining us today on the Bishop Stortford Community Podcast.